Shalom. I'd like to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And this is going to be a video based upon this article I have from the Huffington Post, or Huff Post. Okay, and the title reads, Trump's acting national security advisor said nuclear war with USSR was winnable. All right. And the reason why I want to do a lesson or video on this particular article is because we here at Great Millstone, all right, beginning with the apostles and elders on down to the rest of the Akim, we put prophecy in the forefront of our ministry, all right? And one of the major prophecies contained in the Holy Scriptures is World War III, all right? For those that don't know, all right, which we always constantly reiterate, is that what you know today as America, all right, which in the Bible is identified as Babylon the Great, as well as many other names, is going to get into a third world war or get into a conflict with nations such as Russia, China, Iran, so forth and so on. And it's going to lead to America being completely obliterated, all right, and destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, all right? And these things is prophesied throughout many different scriptures, and I'm going to get a few of those in just a second, but I'm just going to read a little bit from this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's kind of long, but I'm going to just read the point. So it says President Donald Trump's acting national security advisor, former Reagan administration official Charles Kupperman, made an extraordinary and controversial claim in the early 1980s. Nuclear conflict with the USSR, which is Russia, was winnable, and that nuclear war is a destructive thing, but still in large part a physics problem. Yeah, so the so-called white man actually believed, and he still believes, that if they was to get into a nuclear war, all right, with Russia, they think that they'll win, you know? And hey, man, we here to tell you that that's absolutely a damn farce, and it's false, man. All right? According to the Bible, America is going to lose, all right, very, very badly, all right, horribly, man, to where this land is not even going to be, it's not going to have people living here, man. It's not going to be any functioning cities or villages. You know, it's only going to be desert creatures, which I'm going to get that as well in Isaiah 13th chapter. Reading on, it says, Kupperman's suggestion that the U.S. could triumph in a nuclear war went against dominant theories of mutually assured destruction and ignored the long-term destabilizing effects that such hostilities would have on the planet's health and global politics, right? Because nuclear war is going to bring about a mass amount of radiation. You know, I think we read Revelations, it speaks about the wormwood. I can't remember the chapter off the top of the head, you know, Slakia, but it speaks about the wormwood, which I think is the basically the water being, basically filled with radiation. All right, because all of that nuclear destruction. It says Kupperman appointed to his new post on Tuesday after Trump fired his John Bolton from the job, argued it was possible to win a nuclear war in the classical sense, and that the notion of total destruction stemming from such a superpower conflict was inaccurate. It says he said that in a scenario in which 20 million people died in the U.S. as opposed to 150 million, and the nation could then emerge as the strongest side and prevail in its objectives. All right, and that's not true. All right, America is not going to prevail. It's not going to triumph over the other nations, over Russia, over China, and what have you. All right, America is going to be destroyed. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in the scriptures. All right, now let's start off with let's go to Isaiah 13 in verse 19. It says in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, and this is talking about America. All right, America is modern day Babylon, and it is the glory of kingdoms. It says the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. How was Sodom and Gomorrah ultimately overthrown? All right, the Most High rained fire from the heavens, man. He brought the elements together and destroyed the city by fire. All right, and Babylon currently is going to be overthrown in the same manner, but this time the fire is going to come in the form of thermonuclear missiles. Verse 20, and it shall never be inhabited, speaking about the land of Babylon, all right, which we're currently in today, known as America. All right, after America's hit by missiles, people are not going to survive here. It's not going to be any no functioning society. It says, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, showing you that this is not talking about the ancient Babylon of the days of old, because there's people that still live in that land, which I believe ancient Babylon today would be modern day Iraq. All right. It says, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall their shepherds make their fold there. All right. Verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be filled with doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Right. These are all desert animals. 22, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come. You see, so Babylon the Great, which is America, its time is to come. You know, it's very, very close, man. That's why we're sounding the alarm and blowing the trumpet daily, man. You know, to warn the people that imminent destruction is coming, and it's time to repent and get yourself right with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right, so yeah, it's not going to be prolonged, man. And just real quick, it was another point in this article I wanted to get. All right, yes, this next paragraph, real quick, it says, his argument was with enough planning. It's like his argument was that with enough planning in the civil defense measures, such as a certain layer of dirt and some reinforced construction materials, the effects of a nuclear war could be limited, and that the United States would be able to fairly quickly rebuild itself after an all-out conflict with then Soviet Union. All right, and that's not true. All right, you're not going to be able to rebuild America back up after the nuclear destruction. See, Esau is trying to downplay nuclear war as if they'll be able to bounce back and get back to their glory days. Nah, man. All right, once Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai puts it in the mind of Putin and these other world leaders to come against you, it's over, man. This is on Malachi 1. I'm jumping right to the point. Verse 4, dealing with Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Yeah, and that's the mentality that this guy, Kupperman, and the rest of these damn devils have, man. That they're going to basically build the desolate places and build up America again if it was to get into a nuclear war, and they think that they're going to be able to build it back up. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. You see that? So you're thinking that you're going to build certain things back up, but hey, you know, America is crumbling. You know, it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, I believe, it says the worm is beneath thee. Roughly paraphrasing, the worm represents basically your society is completely dilapidated. All right, the infrastructure is weak. You know, you're not going to build up the cities no more, the bridges, everything is decaying, man. All right, so you're not going to be able to make America great again and build it back up to its glory days, man. It's over, especially after nuclear war. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And that's why we call the so-called white man the wicked and the devil. All right, because wherever he dwells, wherever he plants his flag, It's nothing but evil and corruption going on. And the earth as a whole belongs to the so-called white man as of now, pursuant to Job 9:24. All right. It says, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever, which indignation is righteous anger. So the so-called white man will forever be hated and despised by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So let's go from there, all right, to the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought is, okay, like this guy, Kupperman, and the rest of you so-called white people, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. And see, yeah, like he said in the article, we believe that we can rebuild America after war with Russia. You know, we can get it back up and running in 15 years. And nah, man, all right? This is their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. Yeah, the so-called white men say things like, yeah, you know, in the next 50 years, we're going to be doing this. In the next 100 years, we'll be doing that. Not knowing, like we read in Isaiah, the 13th chapter, that her time should not be prolonged and her time has come. It says, they shall call their lands, it says they call their lands after their own names, all right? Case in point, so-called North, Central, and South America was named after a so-called white man, all right? Amerigo Vespucci, you know? And the rest of these different lands that the so-called white man conquered, he named them after himself, all right? So the point of that was what? They have this thought to where they think they're going to rule and be sustained here forever, which, you know, hey, you know, you people going to be in for a rude awakening, man. Let's go from there to the book of Psalms, chapter 37, in verse 9. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Yeah, the evil's going to be cut off, man. The evildoers, starting with the so-called white man. All right, because he's the wicked. He's the evil seed, man. As well as 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that join into this man and have his same philosophy and mind frame. You're going to be destroyed too. But the ones that wait upon the Lord, all right, they're going to inherit the earth. And that's talking about the elect. Verse 10, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. You see that? Man, this man's kingdom is on his last leg, man. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. Meaning what? His position, his kingdom, his rulership, his authority is going to be taken away. It's going to be brought down to nothing. Verse 11, but the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace, meaning the kingdom of heaven, man. The meek is another alias for the elect, all right? Because the elect are the only ones that are meek and humble and that have submitted themselves to the will of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. You see? Yeah, so the wicked, first and foremost, which is the so-called white man, devises all types of schemes and sets all types of snares and traps to confound and trip up the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but it's going to be to no avail, all right? The Lord's going to laugh at him because why? You know his day is coming, man. The triumphing of the wicked is short. Pursuant to Job, the 20th chapter, all right? That was the point on that. Let's get to the next scripture. I didn't want to make the video too long. This is Psalms chapter 75 in verse as a matter of fact, let's start at verse 7. Matter of fact, no, Slacky, verse 6. Psalm 75 and 6. For a promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another. Right, going into the rulers of this world. All right, it's in complete control of Yahweh Shai to set up these different kings and world leaders in these different kingdoms. All right, so the so-called white man was promoted, all right, to be the ruler of this current world. And that's all from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 8, for in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh, there is a cup, and the wine is red, and it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. And that drink represents hell and destruction. All right, which is going to end in thermonuclear fire, man. Which the wicked, the so-called white man, the other nations, and 2/3 of our own people, you're gonna have to drink of that cup, man, which is death and destruction. Verse 9, but I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the power of Jacob. Last verse, all the horns of the wicked also will I cut off. And the horn is a symbolism or a metaphor for power. So all the power that the so-called white man possess is going to be cut off, man. He's going to be destroyed. You're not going to be able to recuperate after World War III. That's over. All right, that's going to be the end game. All right, like that movie, like that Marvel movie, The Avengers. It's going to be the end game for Babylon the Great and the so-called white man. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. All right, so it's going to be a trading of places. All right, the righteous, which is the Israelites, starting with the 144,000. All right, those men that Yahweh Shah chose before the foundations of the world, they're going to be exalted, man. All right, and our enemies are going to be subdued and brought low. Plain and simple. All right, so Lord willing, this video was edifying. All right, I'll put a link to this article in the description if you want to read it on your own and check it out. But with that, Lord willing, you was edified. To the next video. Shalom.